In this video, I'm going to give you 14 steps to starting a home-based business. Business, right? 14 steps. Most important step. You need to pick something. Every day in my email box, hey Glendon, what's the best business? Is YouTube still good? Is this still good? Should I do this? Should I do that? And I'm going to put it to you like this, as I drive all crazy. This parking lot is insane. Every city has playgrounds, right? Every city has football fields. Every city has baseball fields and basketball fields, right? And every year, X amount of those kids go to college and play on the college level. And every year, X amount, very small amount of those kids who go to college go on to play to the pros. But all of these courts are around. So what I'm saying to you is you need to pick your sport, whatever it is you're good at, versus trying to do what everyone else is doing. There was a young lady who sent me this email about how bad she did on eBay. Yet there are some people who are killing it on eBay. It's not the platform, it's you. Pick your sport. Do your research. Spend a week researching whatever, which is to get started as soon as possible. Don't overthink it. Don't take 18 months and write up all these grand ass plans. Don't do that. Get started. 1 week of research, get started, and you're going to start to discover, you're going to find things out that you would not find out from just researching, and you'll start to ask better questions, which is a biggie. And this is something that you should not skip, you should not overlook, and you should not ignore. Validate your business ideal. Validation is, will people give you money for it? The easier it is to get money out of people for your product or service, the better your concept is. The harder it is to get money out of people, your business is not validating very well. That is the truest test of anything. It's not about how pretty your business plan is. It's not what your mama told you, what your daddy told you, what your grandma and grandpa. No, it is how soon the marketplace will give you some money. And if the marketplace doesn't give you money within 1 week to 30 days for your business concept, and you're not on some mega business plan with $1 million, $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, or $1 billion behind you, you got a problem, player. Number 4, this is when you write your business plan. Many people tend to make this as step number 1. I think that's a fallacy. I think that's not a good ideal. I think that's going to lead you down many bad paths. Once you've gone through the steps, sit down, take the information that you've gotten from the marketplace, and now you can write a better business plan. Don't worry about it being tight, because you're going to change it at some point in the future anyway, because your business is going to either do really well, or you're going to run into some roadblocks and you're going to have to revise so it can start to do well in whatever new direction you go. This is when you do the business plan. This is when you add the structure and you start doing a few other things. Now you are making some money. You got a little momentum, right? This is the time you start to create a brand. And once again, don't worry about the original versions of the logo and stuff. You can always change it. But now you got money coming in, you've got customers. It's time to brand that, put a brand on it, so when they look in the marketplace and they see other stuff that's not branded, you stand out even more. Very, very important. But you do not start branding this stuff and doing all these things like creating a business plan, some other things I'll talk about in a second, before you validate. And I'm going to say that again because some people don't hear me. It's like they got water or something in their ears. Step number 6 is create a website. Doesn't have to be overly spectacular. Once again, this is one of the things that you're probably going to change at some point in the future. The done is better than not done. Done is better than great. Just get her done. Get your website up. You got your branding. Go on Fiverr, talk to someone in Istanbul or, Italy who will hook you up for the low. These people drive crazy. That you start an email list and you start collecting customer information ASAP. this, you know, I could have did this as step number one. It's that important, but it just wouldn't have made sense to you. But start collecting emails. Start building an email list. And if you can get phone numbers, even better. You want to start with either MailChimp, GetResponse. It doesn't really matter who's best, because in the beginning, you're not going to have a lot of stuff going on, so it's not really going to matter. Just get started, get that email, and I would suggest, if you want a recommendation, MailChimp. Give you like 2,000 emails for free before they start charging you. Plenty of time to get up and running. Set up your social media. Now, why set it up now versus the beginning? Because until you validate, see, I told you I was going to say that again. Until you validate your business, you're going to make some changes. You might even be selling something totally different now, doing something different. So you have to set that up, and then you're kind of locked in, and then you become reluctant to change, even though the numbers, the marketplace is saying that you need to change, but because you got your social media and all this other stuff set up so pretty, you don't want to change. So now, step 8, set up social media, and don't get carried away. Just pick the ones that you like. I know people are saying go here, be everywhere, but that just doesn't work for the average person without a team behind them. Set up your business entity. Now, there are many people who would tell you that you should have did this first. I disagree with that. Wow, that was crazy. Because there's a lot of things that go down with you setting up your website, setting up your social media, validating your business. I told you I was going to talk about that again. That if you do this, then you're kind of locked in, you know, and it makes sense if everything is congruent and you don't have to do a lot of revision, especially when you're talking about legal entities, setting up corporations, and dealing with the Internal Revenue Service when you get your EIN. Save this step until you've figured a few things out. I know many people will say, hey, you know, you need this. State laws say that you need to have this before you actually get your business up and rolling. But see, this is my thing. Until you start making some money, you don't have a business. You don't. So you're not breaking any laws till you start making some money. And if I'm correct, I think you don't even have to claim income until you're like $7,500 for the year on your taxes. So if you make don't quote me on that, because I don't know. But seriously, figure some stuff out, validate your business, get your social media figured out, get your business plan figured out, get your role, your customer avatar figured out, get your audience figured, get all that stuff figured out before you do your LLC, because it's just going to make things a lot easier when you put together your articles of incorporation and your operating agreement, which I think you should do. You want a dedicated workspace. In all of my home-based businesses, I've had an office. You need an office. It needs to be separate from the living area. If you can't do that, I totally understand, but it's going to limit your productivity. This is something that you need to do as soon as you can. That is a desk, preferably a space where you can close the door. That'll be best, especially if you have family or you're living with somebody. You want a desk, you want a chair, and you want a space for your computer, your phone. And part of this, and why it's so important, is when you sit down and go to work in your workspace, it puts you in the proper mental state of, you don't have to shift into your workspace. It will just automatically happen because you're in your workspace. Doesn't have to cost a lot of money. You can get a desk for cheap from IKEA. Set up business checking. Now that you have your LLC, your EIN, you can go into the bank. They're going to put you through some changes, because some banks are going to have to, they're not going to take a copy of your articles of incorporation or LLC. They're going to go to the Secretary of State, look it up for themselves, and print up their own copy. Then your EIN, then whatever else that bank requires. Most banks, you have your LLC. You have, some banks will require you have an LLC. Some banks will require that you have a business license. You'll have to research that. Call up the bank before you go and say, look, I'm looking to start a business. What do I need to start a business checking account with your bank? Now, here's a few things that no one else will tell you. If that bank has a secured credit card for business, Wells Fargo's does, that's the only one I know of. But if they have a secured card for business, open an account. Go ahead, Wells Fargo, I think it's like $600 to open it up. Open it up and start your business credit right then and there. And this is very important. You don't use it. You don't have to use it, but it's good to get that stuff established. And I got a video, it'll be around here somewhere, and essentially it gives you the 5 types of business accounts that you need to open up. So look for the link, or someone will put it in the comments if I don't put it here, because folks are good like that on YouTube. Go ahead and hire an accountant. I know many people want to do it themselves. All right, I'm just getting to you straight. Your primary mission is to run your business, not be a tax person. The laws change so much that the money that you can make that you would lose while you're dicking around with taxes could be phenomenal. It could be phenomenal. Get yourself a CPA early. And why you want a CPA early? Because there's times of years you can't hire them because they're busy. So the sooner you can locate one, get some recommendations, find one, sit down, talk with them, set up the business relationship. If you don't like them, you can get you another CPA. But go ahead and do that, because if you go ahead and predicate your business for big money early, it will make big money later. And doing all this stuff yourself, it's not going to predicate you for big money, because you are in the business versus running the business or managing the business from afar, you know, like the Wizard of Oz. You want to be the Wizard of Oz, moving levers and stuff. You don't want to be the lever. Is to commit to excellence. As you start your business, a year from now, it's going to look radically different than it did from day one because of that commitment to excellence and success. You're going to continue to push your business. You're going to continue to grow your business, and you're going to continue to treat it in such a manner that you're proud of it. One of the big problems and why so many businesses don't work out is because people are not proud of them. They don't claim their business. They don't talk about their business everywhere they go because they're not proud of their business, because they're not committed to success. So by making that fundamental mental shift of, I am proud of my business, I want to share my story with you, I want your business, if my products or service will serve you, you need to start telling people that, because in the beginning, you are the advertising department, you are marketing. And the sooner that you make that level of commitment, the sooner that you'll see referrals, and the sooner you'll see so many other wonderful things that come from making that commitment to your business. Step 14, the most important step of all. Treat your business like a business. Now, what do I mean by that? You can't treat it like a hobby. Even if it's a side gig or beginning business, I understand that, but you must tell yourself at some point this will be a full-time enterprise, not side money. You want to be mentally positioned where if someone just met you, they would think your business was huge, you had staff and all this other stuff, even if you don't, and you didn't tell them that, they just assume that because of the way that you presented yourself and your business. Hey, I'm Glendon Cameron, and I'm the founder of HustlersKungFu.com, blah, 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 blah. You want that kind of role. Now, other things, and this isn't about professionalism, this is about putting together certain systems and processes that allow your business to scale. That's what I mean when I say treating your business like a business, which means learning how to hire people, learning how to manage, learning, like I said in one of the other steps, getting an accountant, start prepping your business to operate like $100 million business, like $1 billion business. Because if you prep your business to operate like a side gig, regardless of how hard you work, it'll always be a side gig because the infrastructure was never developed for it to grow. So that's how you treat your business like a business. Hopefully you enjoyed this video so much that you're going to subscribe. And if you need more, below this video are links to some of my courses and products if you need more. If you want to hop on the phone with me, that is a paid service. So once again, be sure to subscribe, like, and comment.